Hello all. What I'm doing just now is back at the Balgay entrance. I was here earlier on today making a video about the Balgay bridge that goes from the cemetery side of Balgay to the other side, the Balgay Hill side, where the Mills Observatory is. So that was earlier today. It's now past midnight. And I heard the legendary stories when I was a kid in the 80s and everything about the ghost. What was it, the White Lady or something like that. It was about, I can hear noises already, it was a guy in the bike. Yeah, it was about some ghost story about a lady that died. I think it was something that she fell off or jumped off or something, I don't know. It was meant to be haunted anyway, so what I'm going to do is I've got my infrared camera with me, and I'm going to go up there on my own, with you lot, hopefully, and see what it's like. I've never done that before, so I'm going to brave it and try and video as much as I can for you. So it's Balgay Hill Cemetery, Balgay Hill. Obviously that's Dundee's west side of the city where the main cemetery is, and the Balgay Hill's where the Mills Observatory is. So I'm just going to wait to drive up just a bit closer, and then I'll get out and get the hike up to it, see if we can spot any ghosts. Okay, so that's the time there. It's just after midnight. It's 90 minutes past, and I'm just going to wait ahead through the gates into Balgay, the bit where you could drive through and there's a barrier and you could go so far. Okay. Right, so that's as far as I could drive into it. That's the barrier. You can't get any further than that, and the bridge is just up above it there, and that's it, can't really, it's up there. The bridge runs along there. Okay, so I'm going to now just head through, walk up through the track, the trail. I might take the shortcut up, we'll see, and then I'll get the video. Right, so I've got this camera set on infrared and try to shine my torch that I've got with me as well up to the bridge, but it's no showing too well. So what I'm going to do is just head up this embankment here. I'll try and keep the camera rolling while I slip and fall on my back or something. Right, I'll try and find a shortcut up because I can't be bothered going up it's muddy, so you might get a good laugh here. Right, let's just hope that I don't fall. At least if I do fall, let's just hope this camera doesn't get broken, because it's really dark here, and then I'm scared of the dark, I'll give it that. Respectable, that's respecting the dark, which is good, it's what you should do. I wonder if this will, I've never been here on my own like this. I'm off my head doing this, but let's see if this will work in colour. Nah, no be let me. I'll put it back on infrared. Right. This is really scary. I've only got my torch. So what am I doing? Right, it's a bridge. I'm not kidding you. I'm quite nervous doing this. I really am. This isn't live, this is recording, so there's nobody with us. I'm just on my own. I'll try and get the colour for a bit so you could... Yeah, that's the blue. That's the blue of the railings. Gosh, you could hear the trees moving and that. I'll tell you one thing, when you're out here, surrounded in the dark, on your own, it puts all your senses... I'll put it back on infrared. Is it back on infrared? No. Right, wait a minute. Pause this a minute. Right, I've restarted it again. No, it's I show respect for the dark like this, so I'm frightened. I will say that, my guard's up, because I don't know what's there. Gosh, I don't like hanging about here, I really don't. Yeah, I saw something flying over, that's probably a moth, because it picks up the light, you see. So, I haven't seen any ghosts, but I don't even want to say that word, vinyl. I'm not kidding you, it's quite eerie doing this, especially when I've got my back turned. I've got the light in front of me, but I don't know what's behind me, and that's when I feel really nervous. But anyway, that's enough for me. I'm getting back down again, but that's really right, I didn't see anything else. I don't know why I'm doing this, I really don't. I'm just off my head. Anyway, there's the bridge in the dark, in the middle of the night, and I'm Oscar. I'm out of here. I'll keep this rolling anyway. There's just something there, like, it's just, you can probably see my left arm trembling a little bit, because I'm not kidding you, my heart is going through my chest. I'm nervous as anything, and that's a good thing because it keeps your guard up. But I just keep getting this feeling there's something behind me, I keep, you know, you just get that feeling something's going to touch you. It's blooming scary. It's not so much in front because I've got the torch on, but it's behind me. I keep checking behind. And I do believe in the supernatural stuff. There's that red light down there. Oh gosh, it's my car right enough. I come up the other way. I came up the embankment, and what I've done is I've come down the other way. It's easier going up an embankment than it is coming down. You're more likely to slip going down. That is terrifying. I'm not joking you. It's great. It's good when you see something that I'm familiar with, like my car. It's just there, and that isn't even that far up there. But it's just because when you're in the trees and in the dark, it's what's behind you. You get this feeling there's something behind you. So I'll put this back in colour now. Right, I'll get myself. Alright, now I feel a heck of a lot more secure. But yeah, no, I didn't see any ghosts. But I'll tell you one thing, if you want to try this on your own in the middle of the night, it's quite, well, feel free, take a camcorder and record it. And if you do see any ghosts, then Allegedly, ghosts don't show up on camera or something, do they? Or is it like when you play it back? That's probably what I'll get. I'll play this back, and then somehow it'll appear. Gosh, just thinking about that gives me scares the life of me. Right, I'm putting this off. That's just madness. I actually loved doing this when I was a kid, but I had my mates with us, and I used to go up the old school grounds when it was dark, pitch dark, and I was, we used to hear these noises, and we used to run like anything. Again, it was. So, if you watched my video earlier, it was called the Balgay Bridge, and I gave a rough description of how to get to it. And then it's worth watching. But basically, that's the entrance from the Glams Road, and you could get as far as here at the park. And you just walk up to the barrier. And then the way I went is there's a shortcut. There is paths, obviously, that lead up to it, footpaths like trail paths, but I just took a shortcut going up because it's easier going up the steep embankment than it is coming down. Anyway, I get right. See, you go on edge. You go on sort of like edge on everything. That was just the auto for the lock because it didn't open when I jumped at me. Right, I'm getting back in my car. Okay, I hope you found that. Well, I found it blooming scary, so I've done that for you. Method midnight madness. Right. Right. That's us back in the car now. Yeah, that was blooming. That was pretty scary, like. In fact, I'm still sitting in the cemetery, so just gonna lock the door. It's just because when you're in the car and it's lit up like this, and if there's anybody out there, they could see that it's just me, but I've got this light on just so that you could see me speaking. But I've got the door's locked. Make sure I've got the key in the ignition should I need to. What do I do with the keys? Right, I'll have to go and find my keys now because I know the keys are. I've put them down somewhere, right? You start to do things in a rush when you're in a bit of a. Anyway, right, I'm just going to pause this a minute. Right, that's better, yeah. You just sort of like come when you're a bit on edge, you're a wee bit shaky. The keys were just there, but I was just getting in the car and, and just on my own, you're doing this method, midnight madness. I mean, I used to love doing this sort of stuff when I was a kid. I kid you not. Funny I said that, I kid you not, when I was a lot younger, a kid, in the 80s, but I wasn't doing it alone. I wouldn't have dreamt coming out here on my own. It's just the leaves moving past the lamppost. You see the reflection there. You see as it's slightly windy and the leaves are moving in front of the lamppost, causing a moving shadow. But yeah, I used to still do, I suppose, but I've never been up there on my own, like. But in the middle of the night in the pitch dark, good fun. Anyway, I was just wanted to let you know I got back to my car. I didn't see any ghosts. I don't know what it's going to be like in the playback when I compile this video. I might see something, or you might see something. Because it's a ghost. They say in theories that it's electromagnetic wave energy, basically. But that's just a theory, scientific theory, the spirit. But it's energy. I mean, everything's energy. So ghosts would be, if that's classed as everything, it's energy. But there's a lot, and I like the supernatural stuff. You've some other videos about the Mandela effect, etc. You'll know that I'm a believer in it because I've experienced it. I don't just say that I'm a believer because I've heard other people and get an idea in my head. I've actually experienced it myself firsthand. So I've always been into that sort of thing. Try to get the light where it's better. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. It was fun stroke madness strokes. It was scary. It's the feeling of being exposed. You don't know what's behind you. All your senses go right up. when you're walking forward and you don't know what's behind you and what's going to beside you, that is you know partially what's in front of you with the piddly wee light with a torch, but there's nothing. You're not in a car or anything like that. You're just exposed to the elements, and you don't really know what's out there. But so you got to have your guard up. Right, well, we've enjoyed it. I'll compile this into a video, and if you like it, whatever, I just put it out there for fun. Okay, thanks for watching. Don't try this unless you're, well, just be careful what you're doing, because you could trip it out, etc. Right, thank you.